Hello everyone, it's Michael from AM Disc Golf. I know it's been a while. I've been very busy this summer. Can't wait to tell you all about it in another video. But today I had this idea of just kind of going through the different minis that people might use during a rated round specifically. You can do whatever you want in a casual round. But if you're in a rated round or like a tournament, anything of that sort, uh, I decided to go ahead, and this is not a definitive list. There are minis and other items, shall we say, that are not on this tier list that I will not be covering. Um, and this list won't have every single brand, you know, but we're gonna go through, we're gonna rate things, and we're gonna talk about, what I think of you if you're using this during the round. Let's start real simple. Right in the middle, we got the generic. This is specifically Innova, but just a generic disc golf brand mini. You probably got it online for cheap. And honestly, you can't hate it. You know, it does the job, does everything you need it to. You can probably get it in a color you want for a brand that you like. B tier, really no thoughts about it. I see you put it down. I'm not even looking a second time. Um, I know you're just getting the job done, or maybe you're a little new, but there's really no judgment there. I just don't. They're fine. They're fine. That's what B tier is. Let's find something that I would judge people for, and that's actually going to be this one right here. Now, these minis, if you don't know for some reason, uh, they're designed to help you measure how far the basket is. One, I think you shouldn't be relying on it. Two, if you're far enough away from the basket that you need to try and figure out where it is to figure out how to putt, you're not making the putt. Okay, just practice putting a little more, get a little bit better, get more confident, trust yourself. If you're pulling this out, I know you're missing the putt, so why waste everyone's time? Just if you're using this mini, I know you're wasting my time on the putting green. Quite annoying. Let's find something that I do think is quite cool. And that's gonna be these resin minis. But additionally, these are from I think it's called like Treasures of the Woods or something like that. And these are like handmade minis. The resin ones are obviously made of resin. I think the woods ones have like maybe natural material inside of the resin. I'm not too sure. Either way, these are a little bit heftier than your average mini, and they're just kind of cool. I mean, they're all unique for the most part. I don't think there's really duplicates. They all have like their own individual character. I'm probably not gonna talk to you about it, but I see you put it down and I go, oh, that's a cool mini. That's about where it ends, but that's about as cool as a mini can get. Let's see. Another B tier. This is just the MVP Nano. Um, it's really the same thing as the Innova, but MVP's version. If you're a big MVP Axiom Streamline fan, you might be rocking one of these. No judgment, but yeah, they're fine. Okay, something that I would judge for a little bit. Specifically, this Play It Again Sports branded mini. Don't use that. I mean, I are people buying these? Are they giving them away for free as like a promotion? If you got it for free and it's the only one you have, I get it. Um, I think you should just support local disc golf dealers and shops, and not Play It Again Sports. So there would be a little bit of judgment there, which is why it's in the C tier. But I don't know enough about it to put it in D. If you have one that's branded from a local disc golf shop, probably goes up to A tier. Just supporting local business is always pretty good, especially in disc golf. Oh, here's another C tier one. It's a little hard to see, but this one right here has like a bottle opener type deal. Um, yeah, that's uh, you're. I don't know what to say. They're just kind of weird. Don't be using them. Ooh, okay. Here's our first A tier. Now this photo, it's really small. But he actually does not have a mini. He's just standing behind the disc. And either one of two things. Either you're really old school, right? And you're pretty confident. Well, I guess both things could be true. You're old school, but you might also be overconfident. And you might wish you had that extra foot and a half, 2 feet of distance by the time you get to putting. Um, I know you're really regretting it. You keep the disc down, you make your putt, you're just like an inch short or an inch high. And if you were that, 6 inches closer to the basket, you probably would have made it in. Then you're regretting not using the mini there. But otherwise, just not using one at all. Cannot be S tier because it is not a mini, but it's certainly A tier. I do respect it. Another A tier one, the Trash Panda recycled plastic. Good for the environment. A tier. Does its job. Uh, D tier. This is from Gateway. Luckily, they're sold out. Well, okay, maybe unfortunately they are sold out, which means people actually bought them. This thing has like, those shirts you see at truck stops where it's like, I'm a dude born in June whose favorite color is green, so don't mess with me. Same vibe, just a disc golf mini. No one's reading that, man. It's literally not obtrusive like the time waste of the basket distance measuring one, but why are you using that? This one's kind of a stand-in as well from Gateway. Gateway fans are taking a big L here. Um, this is supposed to be representative of a substance that some people consume while disc golfing. Um, Again, in a casual round, do whatever you want. In a rated round, come on, man. You don't. If you're going to do it, you don't need a mini letting people know that you're doing it. Uh, Here's a B tier one. This is kind of like a 3D mini. Looks like an Oreo. B tier, simply for the comedic effect and the fact that you can add your PDGA number and like that Oreo logo in the middle there. Um, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, at the end of the day, that is just like a mini. Huck Lab. Huck Lab Flexible specifically. C tier. Sorry, Gannon fans. Sorry, Huck Lab. I know you've been in it for a while. Um, every time I see it, I think of like the Sharingan from Naruto, and man, I am not for that. Um, so C tier. Other flexible ones, B tier, I guess, just because they're not Huck Lab, but they keep the same quality. Okay, let's drop another C tier here. This is just a mini that you get at like a tournament, presumably in like the players pack. But specifically one that's like branded with that event. Um, yeah, it's cool if you don't have one, I guess, but if you're showing up to a round without a mini, I mean, you could probably borrow one, or you're just not using one to begin with. And most people aren't taking this to like the next event that they go to. Um, However, there is one exception, and it is stuff like this, where it is like the metal minis. Those are always cool. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. This one specifically is from an AM World Championships. Um, so I would think any World Championship mini is probably cool enough to go into A tier. The metal ones themselves are A tier as well. This is like custom ones. However, there is a big exception here, and that is if you put something on it that is like super cringy. If you're putting like the big titty anime women on there, same for any custom mini, you just drop down to B or C. Um, yeah, cringe images and stuff like that, not really for it. Literally anything else on it though. A tier for metal, B tier if it's just like a normal plastic. C tier, the PDGA membership minis. Yeah, you paid a lot of money for them. Awesome. Um, yeah, it does its job, but you will get a little bit judged on it. Okay, there's two left. and there's a big elephant in the room. Oh, Michael, this isn't a mini. Michael, those are clearly towels on the screen. Why are those in the tier list of minis? Well, we actually, I mean, if there was an F tier here, it would go there. So it is at the bottom of D tier. For those who don't know, these towels say like this towel is a lie, and it is allegedly, I don't have one, and thank God I've never seen one. Supposed to be the size of a legal lie behind a disc. Um, except like if anyone is pulling this out to measure their lie, I'm judging you. You will be talked about on the car ride to lunch, the car ride home. You're getting judged. Don't pull this out. That's a huge waste of time. If you think someone foot faulted and you pull this towel out, I'm probably not seconding your call just because of how much time you're wasting and how annoying you're being over something that was maybe an inch off the lie that we can't recreate because a foot would literally have to move for you to put the towel there if it is a legal lie, and probably just moved anyways because you're not like, stop right there and let me get my lie measuring towel. And if you do, no one wants to play with you. Don't buy this, don't use this. Probably don't even use this in a casual round, especially then. Who cares? Um, if you're using this to like, it's on your bag and you're drying discs with it, fine. I'm still judging you. You could use any other towel for that. But at least you're like using it as a towel and not as some weird measuring tool. Uh, and finally, we have this is a signed mini. This is going to be bottom of 8th here. This might be a really cool collectible. If you've got your favorite player and you've got a picture of them on a mini and you get it signed or you buy one or you win it in a raffle, whatever, however you come across this mini, that's fairly cool, I guess. I'm not one for like autographs and whatnot or really collecting minis or discs, but I understand that for some people it is cool. However, why are you bringing it to the course? Do what this photo's doing. Put it on a little stand, put it on your desk, go from there. It's A tier just because it's cooler than the B tier ones, but it is not practical. And I know what you're thinking. Michael, you missed my favorite product ever. Have you seen the mini that looks like this? Have you seen the mini that looks like this? Have you seen the 3D printed ones? I'll tell you what. You tell me what to rate below in the comments, and I will leave what I think of you if you're using it. Until next time, I'm Michael. This is AM Disc Golf.